What is up, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Camera Junkie live stream. My name's Luis, also known as Mr. Camera Junkie, where I remind you, as always, to upgrade your skills before your gear. On that music drop, that just fit in perfectly. Well, thank you as always for hanging out here with me. If it is your first time here, please be sure to introduce yourself into the chat so you can get the nice Camera Junkie Crew welcome. And as tradition goes around here, the first thing that we always do is to go check out to see who are the first members to, actually scribe themselves in chat. 1 second. Why are you crying, Aiden? There's no sound for you, buddy. All right. And for those of you who, most of you won't know, some of you, Mr. Paul will know, that today was on the brink of me not doing the live stream for the first time. I had to do an emergency run to the hospital with Aiden. Everything's good, just a G-tube complication, and we were able to resolve it fairly quick. So thank God, but it was just funny that, had to do a fatherly task on this Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers on this weekend who are celebrating tomorrow. Hats off to all the fathers out there in the world. But with that, let's go ahead and check out who are the first in the chat. We have Paul, as I mentioned before, saying greetings, Mr. Moderator. And we also got Randy saying hello to everyone. And it looks like that's it right now. Oh no, we also got Gary in the house saying hey to me. Says just saying hi. I guess before going to bed, I'll listen to the show early Sunday morning. Thank you. Yes, good stuff. But because of all the things that were going on just prior to me going live today is why I just decided that we're not going to miss the opportunity. We're going to hang out, listen to some good tunes, and actually just edit a video that I've been working on and just hang out. Yeah, and there's a couple of things that I learned recently that I also want to share as far as adding music to your to your productions, to your YouTube videos, which is something that I always do. I always like to do a music bed, and I found the tool that's gonna save me so much time. It's not even crazy. And make sure that I share it with you guys for today's episode. We got Peter Gregg in the house saying my best and my love to Aiden. Yes, he's been fine, you understand, this entire time, and just right now he got a little cranky, and I don't know why he's whining. He's got all his toys, he's got his food, his snacks. So you okay? No, not right now. Now is not playtime. Now is live stream time. And as soon as I'm done, in just an hour, you have all my attention. And over here, I got a couple of messages that are just coming in. Let me see what this is about on. Oh, okay. Those are some messages about some apartments that I'm looking for. Because we all know that we're moving. Everything's just amalgamation, right? It's all just coming together. But let's get to it. Let's get out of this screen. And if you have the chance, please remember to hit that like button. It's absolutely free. It's your YouTube duty, if you didn't know. So hit that like button before we continue. You could always take it away if I do something that you dislike, but I doubt that. Hey, we also have Kevin in the house saying hello to the crew, to me and the crew. What's up, Kev? Good to have you here. Okay, so today, I think the music's a bit loud for you guys right now. That should be better there. Okay. So I actually made a video that I released. Was it last week? Yeah, and it was doing pretty good. Like for the first 24 hours, it was doing really good. And I gotta tell you, it's just one of these YouTube things that that as soon as I scheduled last week's live stream, as soon as I scheduled it and just said, boom, we're going live like in an hour, that video halted. Like all trajectory was just like going like this, like this, like this, and then just flatlined. And that's where it's been. So I'm just gonna leave it there, but this is just another part of it. So that video, to give you some context, was the kind of FX2 type spoof video that I made, and I did it like as fast as possible because I wanted to meet the deadline, and that just all snuck up on me because of the simple fact that I didn't even know that Sony was making an FX2, but I was already working on my Rig Junkie kit, which I have here like all wrapped up, this thing for the Sony A7C Mark II. So this kit with the fan and everything and the battery, the whole set, like totally transforms that camera to be like a beast where it doesn't overheat and just gives you battery life for all day long. Just shoot with it to your heart's content, and the riggability of it just through the roof. So I made a video to kind of introduce that product that I'm now selling on my fourth wall site, and now I'm actually going to be making or editing the video that I shot, putting it together. So if you weren't to, if you were to 3D print this yourself, excuse me, because I have available the STL files if you want to download these kits for yourself. That's part of one of the functions on the fourth wall site. The other thing is that I have them set up where it's just the core, where you don't have a 3D printer, but you have the capability, or maybe you already have a lot of these parts already, like I do, because I love rigging stuff up. And if you don't have anything at all, we have that option, which is the complete kit, where you could just buy it and have every part shipped out to you. So now, if you're fall into the first two categories, right, whether you're 3D printing it yourself or buying it, just the core unit, you still need to know how to put it together. And that's what this video is, as far as editing, that we're going to get into right now. So one of the tricks that I want to talk to you about, which I mentioned before, was about the music. So I really don't want to forget it. I want to emphasize on that. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's go ahead and switch over to that screen. Oop, there we go. I usually put myself in a bubble here, right? Like a round bubble. But I widened it out because I recognize that I kind of like lean a lot of times when I'm just looking at the screen. So this should accommodate my big head in the area that I've allotted. So let's see how this works. But okay, so right now this is the timeline that I have going right here. And I basically have the rough cut and a lot of actually like the ending done. Now, this is the song. As you can see, it says Overthinking Mix. Um, the overthinking mix, believe it or not, this is a track, and I was able, as you can see, to make one long track that fits perfectly for the video. Now, it was around 10 minutes, but I've decided to take some cuts to it just because I want to make it more fast paced, and that's something that Brandon Washington just gave me critique on the previous video, that maybe a lot of the shots were just hanging on too long. And I was like, you know what, so let's just trim it down. And that's what I'm in the process of right now. We're just listening to some music. If you guys have any questions, put a Q colon in front of it. I am using Final Cut Pro, and this is just the instructional how-to video, sort of like of this rig junkie for the Sony A7C Mark II. All right, so that's where I'm at. I'm around 2 minutes, and I want this to just basically be visually, visual storytelling, where you don't need to read any instructions. You just watch the video and you're able to follow along. So kind of like a IKEA guide, but in video form. Now, you know what, I'm gonna turn off that music because we're jamming to the slow vibes in the back. I guess, Epidemic is having some issues with their volume consistency because this track is a lot lower. So we should be good there. All right, so now I'm just showing the hardware, fading that in and out. Now I zoom into that spot to illustrate, hold. Okay, so let me see how that turned out. What I'm looking at is the way that the pan is zooming out, and I'm raising the item at the same time. I don't know if you guys noticed that I'm lifting it up closer to the camera, and at that same moment is where I've timed the pull away from the zoom. So it's giving kind of like that Jaws effect. I forgot what you call it. Oh, man, that's a fail on my part. I can hear it in the comments. I accept all the reprimand. But is that transition shot right there. So now we have this. As you can see, I've already shortened these, so I'm just gonna run it to see exactly how it feels just visually. Okay, that one just hung on too long. So 1, 2, that last little up and down, not necessary. Hang it there, so we go. There. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna cut off the front end. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Tighten, flip it around, place it down, cut. Okay, fade, and now that. Okay, that. I could cut out a section in the middle. Actually, you know what? There. Once I put the second one there, I'm gonna cut here, and that double tap, we're gonna take that out, and now I'm gonna resume there. And this is what we call cutting the fat, guys. Like to make a high retention video, these are the nuances that you're gonna have to go through, or if you don't want to, as an editor, you might want to hire somebody. But this is kind of like those nuances if you want to do this, because you have to think of every frame, and that's what. All right, so there. That one hung on just a bit. The one before. Right around here. Seems pretty good. Okay. I know you guys didn't hear, but Aiden just dropped his bowl and made a loud noise. Okay. Perfect. Finished product. Now I just did a quick zoom there, and by the way, this video, like, just to show you exactly where I'm at, all the Aiden is requiring me, but I'll be right back to that. Give me a second. That was my bad, guys. I kind of blocked him off of his toys, so yeah, that's why he's just like, "Yo, pops, you know, why you bogarting the toys?" All right. So, what I was gonna mention, the thought that I was on, is that all these zooms that you're seeing are done with my friend's creative tools. I forgot the name of it, but these are Raphael Ludwig's plugins. He's selling them for $29.99, and I could honestly tell you, man, like, you could just do an entire video with just the core essential plugins that he's done and what's built into Final Cut. It's almost like what we're doing with this edit, the cutting the fat. He kind of cut the fat for all the plugins, and he just put the ones that you could just use. Now everything else is literally just sprinkles, sprinkles on top, because I go to his plugin all the time. It's like my main go-to. And right here, I'm showing the screen as big as possible, but if I'm just gonna slide this over here, right, and now I'm gonna go to this area right here and go to where the plugins are. These three on the top, which was just genius by him, by the way, to kind of put the emoji on the top so that now you don't get lost in this entire, this thing that you're seeing above my head right here, this entire list of plugins that I have and that I love. But you lose time going through all of them looking for one thing that most people aren't going to notice, but you do it because you love it, and that's this guy. But you see, you have the cuts, right, and you have like glitch effects, flicker, and everything. Like, these are just like essential zoom in, quick zooms, right, like the hyper zooms, right, a simple wipe with titles, just basic, simple, like essentials. And the one that I use mostly is the zooms, magnify and quick zoom, and the constant, which is the Burns effect, where you're just constantly getting a zoom in on the shot right there. And I'm gonna show you guys how I use these, and I'm gonna use them continuously. Now, on another note, I use these same plugins to finish my videos for eCam en Español, and they're like uploaded. I just have to make like one outro video, but I'm very proud of myself for completing that. So let's see how that goes. And that channel, eCam en Español, is very, very close to going live, so I'm excited about that too. Just been putting my head down and getting work done, so I'm excited for that as well. Okay. We got the zoom in, we zoom back out, we're showing the fan. I turn it on. Now I jump to the next scene where I cut that, right? Place that in there, show it. Okay, good. Okay, this is a little long. Let's see. See? And as you can see right here in this middle section, you guys could see, yeah. I'm loving the big cursor on Ecamm. It just makes the whole experience, I think, a lot better. Right here, you can see that it's kind of like half or double the size of all the like files surrounding it. So just visually, I'm just trying to keep them here at this moment. We're not cutting to the beat or anything like that, because that's not the purpose of this video. All right, so show the fan. I don't think I need to show the travel, right? Actually, I do, because I want to explain. There. So now I'm just going to hit cut. Oh, no. Okay, you guys could still see this? Okay, I need to stop the recording on Ecamm. It literally just told me memory is getting low, or disk space is getting low. And it would make sense with all the edits that I got going on at the moment. Okay, so let me hit Ecamm, then Command comma, and what I'm going to do is on the recordings tab, I have record all broadcast. I'm just gonna uncheck that, and that's gonna stop the recordings. So that should stop making any more files into my computer, and we should be good for the rest of the stream. Right, so let's close that off. Go back to Final Cut. Ooh, that wasn't where we were at. Okay. That's where we were at. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna put some text on screen, and I'm gonna put reverse it. See? Okay, that was good, because that's kind of the key to this rig. And you know what? Let's do a quick zoom on that as well to show you exactly how the quick zoom works. Well, as you can see, I just grabbed it and dropped it, and of course on initial throwing it onto the timeline, it's not gonna be set exactly where you want it, and I'll explain as soon as we get to that part of the screen, right, or to the timeline. It's gonna zoom in. As soon as I press pause and the timeline head is over it, you're gonna see this thing right here, this glyph, I guess, right? This feature, and this is the zoom. This has two features: the center, where you can click and drag, and then the circle around it, where you can click and expand. And the more you expand or contract is how quickly you're able to set how much zoom you want to add to that clip. And then this is where you want the location. So if you want to put it lower left, lower right, upper right, that like where you want the zoom and the focus to go is where you set it. So this is how simple Raphael's plugins are. They're just amazing. Let me drink some water, guys. I think everything that was happening with me today is starting to catch up to me. I think it's like the first time that I was like just able to relax, and now my body's saying like, hey, why don't you take a nap? So we're gonna power through it. Okay, so we're going to set it to where I want it. We're not gonna add too much. And then over here in the menu, you're gonna see right here the parameters where you can enable the intro or the outro. So that means it's gonna have the effect of zooming in and zooming out. But if you want to remove either of those, you're able to do so. So if you just wanted to like pop in kind of like a jump cut on an edit, all you have to do is to uncheck the first one so you don't enable the in. And now as soon as the playhead goes over that, it's gonna have the zoom affected right away, as you can see, and then it's gonna stay there, right? But because I still left the out, you saw how I did the drag out for the zoom. And I just want to shrink that up, but I do want to enable the smooth in, right? And right there, as you can see, oh well, I was trying to playhead right there. To explain, the fan goes in upside down because if you see where the USB connector on that same fan is located, it's actually kind of blocking its access. If it was the correct or the right side up, so to speak, placing the fan in there, then as soon as you plug it in to power it, you no longer have access. It literally blocks the button and you have to go in from the opposite side. So I turned it around to make it convenient so that as soon as it's installed, no matter how long it's in there, you'll always have access to the button by simply just scooching over and hitting it, and then the USB connector is just to the left of that. All right, so we flip it around, clip, secure. You saw how like it's zoomed out right when I was bringing the item up. I'm liking the way that effect is working out. No. Let's set that back. Maybe a couple frames more. There we go. All right, so now showing the USB cable connected, how we twist the cable. Okay, I don't need to show it twice. There. All right, so that's where the cut is. So we're going around. Let me see. No questions, FC. Okay, we're not hearing anything from Aiden. I'm just checking the messages right now. What's up, Jeremy? He's saying hello to everyone. All right, Kathy's in the house saying hello to everyone as well. That's nice. Yeah, I that's the one that I like the most. Kathy says, when will it be the point of fast interfaces that allow you to comment from your TV? Well, I think the TVs are just halfway there as far as when it comes to these smart TVs. You know, we have the remote controls that you can speak to do the search. So I'm thinking the easiest implementation would be maybe like a talks to text, and that you'd be able to comment on the TV directly through YouTube through a smart TV. That would be the fastest implementation that I'm thinking of right now at the moment. But it's not too bad, because if you're watching on the TV, you can still pull up your phone, right, and just open up the chat that way, and you'll be able to comment in the chat. That's probably what you're doing now. That's true. She says, I want to live in that world now. Don't we all? You know what? There was a comedian, and I forgot which comedian it was, and I know you'd appreciate this, Kathy. But I think it was Louis C.K. that was talking about it. That he says, like, everything is getting so fast, right? Like you know, the technology and things like that we're having to wait less and less, and because of it, we're not
we're not like enjoying more of our time. What we're doing is we're becoming more impatient. He said he said that like the day that we come up with teleportation, right, where we can just jump from one place to the other, it like we're gonna complain that the DMV is gonna take 3 seconds. You understand? Like the DMV is gonna take 3 seconds, and yet we're gonna teleport there instantly, and then be like, "Oh my god, I have to wait. Damn it! I should have been gone 5 seconds ago." You know, so it's like it's just the way that it is. I think that's I think I could agree with that a whole lot. Okay, Mr. Man is asking for attention. Say what's up to everyone, Aiden. Say hi. Say hi to Kathy and to Kevin and to Paul and to Jeremy. And who else is in here? We have Randy's in the house as well. We got Peter. We got Gary. Say what's up to everybody. Look at them over there. Not the mouse. There. Look at all the faces. Look at all the Camera Junkie Crew hanging out here. They really want to see you, Aiden. They just like me because of you. All right, we're gonna keep marching on because let me see if I can give you a behind the scenes look, right, of how I work this out. Let me get to that shot. Where is that shot? Okay, the iPhone XR. There we are. See, on my shoulder. I'm gonna prop them up kind of on the desk itself. My hand is gonna go over my editing keys, and then my hand on the mouse, and we continue. So this is like late night editing sessions with Aiden. This is how you could spend Father's Day, right? Because this is the best thing. Every day's Father's Day for me with this guy. Look, they're saying hi to you. Oh, that's so cool. Are you serious? Kathy says she worked with Louis C.K. back in the 90s. That must have been so cool, Kathy, man. Like, I remember when I took some footage of it as well. I'm testing out the new active stabilization update on the A7C Mark II. So I did an entire video in handheld, and I'm using a lens on that camera that normally I wouldn't use, but is almost perfect for the 1.5x crop that you get on the lens. And I really want to see the final results of it. Like, how does the image look? And I haven't gotten to that footage yet, but I'll tell you the truth. I think my biggest problem, which is a luxury to have right now, which is I have more footage to edit than time to edit the footage, right? Like, I'm just documenting so much, but having a lot of fun with it. All right. Randy says no, but yeah, but then no. Waiting for delivery service, just waiting for them to teleport the product. You know what? That's true. That is true, right? Like, Amazon's gonna be instant. Like, they're gonna sell you an Amazon teleportation pod. Then as soon as you order something, they're gonna tell you 32 seconds, and it's like, how long is the teleport machine that sits in front of every like little bin take to just like connect to your teleport machine at your house, and then the product just drops, just falls into a box here with some foam, and now I have like whatever I ordered from Amazon. It's scary now. I gotta tell you the truth, it's scary now because of the simple fact that I've ordered things at like noon, maybe even 1 o'clock, and they've gotten here before 5, which is scary fast. That's like 4 hours. Like 4 hours, I just ordered something and it's here within 4 hours. Like, Amazon's impressive. They didn't become number one, for S&Gs. Like, their system is something else. But let's continue. Oh, this guy's gonna make it hard for me to drink the water. but the monster's close by. Thank you, Kevin. Oh, Kevin said Happy Father's Day to me. And yes, and I had said it before. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and everyone celebrating. Aiden's giving me the Morse code on my left shoulder. He's trying to tell me like, yo, Pops, I want to go to sleep. And the thing is, nothing's stopping him. Maybe my loud voice, but he's used to it. All right, so let's see where we are. Here. Okay, I think you see. I think. Yo, Aiden. You see, he runs the show, right? Ah, come on. Wow. I'm gonna put that up on screen as well. Kevin says, he goes, I did that the other day. Says, I ordered at 12:30 and had it by 3:30. Blew my mind. That's crazy. 2 hours. That's like personal assistant type of like, you know, response. If you really think about it, right? If you were to send somebody like your personal assistant, be like, yo, garzonita, I need you to go to this place and go get me this and find it, and bam, be here within a couple of hours. That's good time, right? You'd be happy with an employee like, yo, you were back pretty quick. Did you get something to eat? No, you know what? Go grab lunch for you and me, and we can take. No, man, that's big baller status, man. You got to use it. Another thing that I'm on now, just like Amazon Prime, is Uber Eats Premium or whatever. I forgot what it's called. Let me pull it up. They have a name for it. They call it Uber One. So it's Uber One, and it's like the premium service. You get zero delivery fees on like a lot of the orders and things like that. And I've been eating a lot healthier. I've been ordering salads, guys. Crazy. But another thing is that I think I got Grubhub through Amazon Premium as well. So if you guys are thinking about doing something like that, go check that out because they also have a lot of good deals. So when it comes to food and things like this, I know we're veering off subject. I'm straight squirreling, but we're like halfway there, man. We're like Jetsons times. And as soon as Apple comes out with FaceTime on one of their watches, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like my ringtone's gonna turn into that sound of like the cars going off in the Jetsons. Okay, back to the edit. Now see that we don't need that shot at all. See this whole little clip, bam, there. No, because everyone watching knows what the battery compartment is. Like anyone who's doing this knows how to mess with their camera. They don't need it. So gone. All right, and that's how you get rid of it. Shortcut keyboard shortcut, that's the word, is Command X for anything that you want to X-nay. If you hit delete on anything on the main timeline, which is something that normally would work, what's going to happen is that it's just going to remove the clip but leave a box. It's not going to use the magnetic timeline, so I don't recommend doing that at all. So then we hit Command Z and we bring back and we do any error that we could have done. And that's also the good part about all of these programs with Mac, which is, you know, even if I did something on accident, I can now go Command Z again and bring back that clip. But if I didn't want to do that, and I'm like, no, I want to kind of redo that clip, then all you do is just hit shift, which kind of reverses it. So you hit command shift Z and it does it back, you know, the step forward. So knowing these keyboard shortcuts is like the bomb. Okay, so now we install it. Let's cut out the little struggle bus part at the beginning. Okay, right there. We're gonna bring it back. So we clip it there. That one, oh, okay. This is the transition tool, right? What you're seeing, right? And once you're using this transition tool, you're able to grab on the clip, dead center of the clip, and you're not gonna change the size of it. You're just gonna change what section you're actually viewing. So that's, I didn't like the way that it ended and what it was showing, so I kind of dragged that more towards the center. And now we're gonna run it again. Clip. Now it shows. Okay, you see? It showed it a lot better, right? Yep. I'm even gonna cut off that little chunk there at the end. Now, show that there. I'm gonna stretch that just a bit. A couple of frames. You know what? This is the whole thing. So I'm gonna hit the range tool, and now I'm just gonna grab this section in the middle, which is not necessary, right? And that stretch, I'm now gonna hit the command X key, and bam, it's out of there. And I just took that chunk out, and the magnetic timeline snapped those together right back. So it should look seamless, right? You see, bam. Now we move to the next one. Battery installed, thrown on top. That one's too long. You see right there, all of that should, I think I'm gonna cut all that out. Yep. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna cut there, but now look at this framing, right? Actually, I'm gonna make the screen bigger again, and I was showing this so you guys see more of it. That makes more sense. Okay, now that you're seeing this in a bigger, you know, view, you can see that all of the action is happening like lower thirds, right? Like down here, because I was just focused on doing the task at hand and not really thinking of this steady camera and its location. But luckily enough, it grabbed enough good footage. And this is once again where I'm gonna go back to the quick zoom, right? Come over here, and right where you see, even this shot, I'm in that same area. So, oof. Yeah, I'm all over the place now that I'm looking at it. Okay, from here, these shots definitely need help. Okay, so this one, we're gonna zoom in. And let's move its location. Okay. Let's zoom out a bit and reframe. I gotta tell you the truth, like, even if it's, see, I'm going to just use it as a zoom with no in and out, just like a jump to that. And the reason why is because I'm going to cut it. All right, so I made 2 zooms, right? Because now this one, I'm just gonna drag it over to this side and center that. And I gotta be honest with you, I know that I can go to the inspector window, you know, over here to the right, and do the same thing using these transform position tools right over here. I know I can do it. I know this, but that was so much faster when it comes to that like toggle control, you know, of where to position the zooms, because instead of like trying to go and, not that the inspector window is hard, but I think that's also a little bit faster, maybe a lot of bit faster. Ooh, okay. I don't know if you guys caught that, but there's like a frame that is not zoomed in, and it like messes with my eyes. So make sure that it is from beginning to end. If you had the transitions in there, you can get away with it, but now you need it to match. So let's shrink the timeline, and that's looking good. Clip there. I don't think this is needed at all. Yeah, we don't need to show. Wow, you see? I had a 10-minute video, and I think like those 3 shots, not even necessary. All right. This one, we're gonna hit Command T. And as soon as I hit T, because I had that frame and that frame only selected, it put the transition, or my favorite shortcut set or default set transition, which is my crossfade, to the front and back of it. But because these clips are so fast, I don't want how long it's taking. So the duration, I'm gonna shrink that down. Okay, that's better. To show those are the next 2. Okay, so that's the next step. Okay, this is kind of like the only part that I need. So we're gonna hit the cut option. All right, I see. Kilo is in the house. He says, "What's up, man? How are you doing?" All right, we're just editing here, and I'm narrating as we go. I'm gonna be removing, like, see, this entire, that's not necessary, that's not necessary, that's not necessary, that's not necessary. I get to that later. This is literally like me looking over the system while I'm doing it, right? Making sure that I'm not missing any steps. Okay. So you know what? That's the only thing that I'm gonna. All right. So we're gonna take this, and this. 4 clips, and once again, Command X. We're gonna remove it. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna stretch this because I want this same. See? And you know what? I'm gonna cut it. And I'm just gonna scooch it just a bit to center it just the same. So you see, like, I took the plugin and the quick zoom that I had on top of it. Am I blocking it? No, you guys can see it. My face is not over. You can see exactly. So I took it, I stretched it out over the other, like, clip, right? And it had the same exact, look and feel as the previous clip. But because it wasn't there, all I did was just cut it so that it fits to that size, and then just made the adjustment to that piece by itself, particularly only affecting the scene underneath. And that matches, that matches. All right. Okay. Lining it up. Actually, you know what? I don't think this one's necessary. I'm gonna cut it just to see exactly how this looks. Okay, this goes there, and we're following along. That's there. What am I seeing? Oh, okay. You see, I don't know if you guys see that little glitch. I noticed it right away. And what's happening, to explain, is that it's stopping here, as you can see in the zoom effect, stops. Let me see if by adding this. No, it's still, as soon as it stops. Okay, this is how we're gonna fix this. Right? I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna hit Command X. So I removed it completely, but it's kind of gets stuck in the, like, the buffer, so to speak. That's the last thing that we have, or like the clipboard. That's the better way of saying it. So it's in like the clipboard memory, right? What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this zoom here. And I'm just gonna hit Option G to combine it. We're gonna call this clip 1. Hit enter, and now that becomes a clip by itself. As you can see, there's no like plugin, because now we kind of embedded it. Now if we needed to change it, FYI, you can just double click it and you go inside and you still have the same options. Then just click backwards and you're outside of the clip. But in this case, that's exactly what we need, because now we're going to be able to throw this, hit Command Paste, right? We're going to create the transition, right? And now the transition is going to go over that fixed, and we're not going to get any of that weird jumpiness. See, there we go. That looks great. Yep, no jumping of scenes. Okay, fade. Now we go to here. That was too long, or maybe the one before it. Okay, we're gonna clip it there. Show position, then show a twirl, right? You know, I'm gonna cut it there. Let me see what that looks like. Okay. Hey Gretchen, how are you? Okay. Is that needed? No. So we're gonna go here. I want to start there, where I'm putting the screw at the end of the Allen key. So we're just gonna cut to there, right? Drop it there. That cuts perfectly. See, and that's not needed. So we finish here. We're gonna take that chunk out there. Stop. Okay. Okay. There. See? Like, as soon as I established where I put that Allen key down, and this is just me hyper fixating on continuity from clip to clip. Like, I don't know if you guys remember the Game of Thrones scandal that happened when they found the Starbucks cup, you know, in one of the scenes. And I swear that that was probably done on purpose, but I digress. The simple fact that, you know, the internet will always find these continuity errors is just like, I always see them. And when I see them, it messes with me. It just does. There's certain things that I just see them and I'm like, I wish I didn't, because and in anything that I make, I just can't leave it there. So The thing is that from where this playhead is right now, and we can see it's almost like you would say 40% of the clip's length, I'm gonna cut it out because it's not necessary. That's enough continuity right there. So to demonstrate, clip. So this clip stopping right here shows the same thing as the rest of it with my hands leaving. See? So that entire chunk, fuera! Okay. And this clip, I'm showing which screw I'm using for the bottom piece. Great shot, but definitely hangs too long. See, right there, as soon as I start putting movement to the hand, that's good enough. I'm gonna throw it there, and you can see that once again this clip is highlighted, so we're just gonna hit Command T, throw those transitions on front and back. I don't think you guys even heard the clap. If you did, I'm sorry, I don't think it came through the crisp. And if just, I stay amazed. Okay, so we fade that in. Now see, kind of that whole beginning, this not necessary. Right around here, we're gonna clip to it. So now it's just gonna show flipping it upside down. That right there, as soon as that first flip right there, bam. Let's get rid of the rest. Let's see what the next clip looks like. Not necessary, but oh. Let's see. I'm gonna just remove it completely, that clip. Okay. I think it establishes what we're doing here. Flip it right there. As soon as the light hits, clip it. Okay. Yeah, this is an explanation video as well, so I can't assume that it's self-explanatory. Oh, Gretchen, that's right, you just got home. You were driving. Also, FYI, Aiden's fine. Just in a nutshell, I was able to find his G tube here, and I was able to put it in so that there was no like real emergency of anything happening. And we went to the hospital and just kind of patiently waited, because how all of that was taken care of, there was a lot of other things that we didn't have to go through. So we didn't have to do extra x-rays and things like that. So it was like the shortest visit to the ER that we have done so far. It was pretty interesting, which is why we're hanging out right now doing this. Now that you guys are here, you know what? Let me know what you want to do, because I'm gonna continue editing. Right? Actually, you know what? Let's do this. We're gonna leave this edit here because I want to show you the new tool that I found, which I'm gonna turn off the music from over here and start messing with the music in to demonstrate. Okay, because this is something that it just saved me so much time with this video here that I already like I'm gonna make a video all about it. But you know, the Camera Junkie crew who hangs out on the live streams gets to know about this stuff first. So let's get into that. Okay, we're gonna come back to this edit, but let me go back to now Ecamm. And FYI guys, with everything going on, I didn't pull a Cities God this week, so this is gonna be my like replacement for this new tool. Okay, let's go here. Do I have a share screen set up? It looks like it. Let's click this. Oh, it's still doing Final Cut, but let's fix that.
My name is Monse. I am from Mexico City and I moved to the US about
What
10
is this? Let's not. I know system audio is on, so sorry, guys. Okay. I'm getting distracted. Okay. Let me find the web page. Oh, so good. So freaking good. Okay. Like, oh, and here's another kicker. This website that I'm sharing with you guys, I believe there's a way that you can pay for it, and I'm gonna look for it because I want to get premium features, and I want to support, like, this program. And like, I want to thank anyone who's ever supported me or is supporting me, because support the things that you like. If not, they go away. That's usually how it happens. So this application is absolutely free, and I'm going to show you how I use it in that way. But I'm also going to look into supporting it, because I absolutely love what they're able to do. So now let me get into this scene real quick. And my share screen, we should do Google Chrome, right? Perfect. Okay. Let me adjust this to kind of just for my own OCD-ness. No? This is it. I hit shift, right? Is it option? Yep, option. There we go. Bam. Okay, side to side looks good. All right. So Audjust, AUDJUST is this application, and what it does is that you're able to upload any file that you want or that you use. In my case, like any file that I downloaded from Epidemic Sound, and I upload it to Audjust. And what it does is that it gives you the clips that you can use to loop the video yourself perfectly. Now, to give you an example, what I've done a lot is that I go into Final Cut and I throw in the song that I want to use. But if the song's 3 minutes and my video is 9 minutes long, instead of having it start and finish 3 separate times to cover the entirety of the video, what I do is that I start it and then I find a position in the song where I'm able to cut it, or basically mark it, cut it exactly, right? And then match it to the piece behind it and just extend the song without anyone being the wiser. And with that, it takes a lot of time, because you have to find something that fits. I've already gotten pretty good to, find, where, but finding that location, is a skill, and it takes a lot of time. But once you have that front to end clip, then you're able to like make the song last as long as you want it to, because you have the ability to loop it infinitely. And that's where Audjust comes into play. It takes all of the hard labor and all the time consuming task, the tedious task of finding those points of where the track kind of like is able to be looped perfectly, and just gives you a bunch of outputs. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that real quick. So I'm going to be jumping back from this one, and let me move my screen here to the edit screen. Okay, so if you haven't done so, this is where I tell you guys, hit the like button. This is like money content right here, because this is just the best. Okay, so we're going back from the edit screen, right, to the Audjust screen. Okay, so let me give you the example. Right here, we're in the edit screen. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust so you can see the entirety of the timeline, right? And let's say this was my finished product, right? Let's say we're done with the edit. I'm like, okay, now I want a song to fit this perfectly. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go to Epidemic Sound. You're gonna find the song that you like, and once you've selected that song, that's when you're going to go to Audjust.
So let's go back to it. Bam. And let me just grab something that I have here. Okay, so I have a track. I just need to open a window to get it. My downloads. And let's get track. These are movies. And I love this track that's playing right now. I have so many files. Sorry, guys. Man. I'm just scrolling through JPEGs, just trying to get to the music section. PDFs. Okay. All right. I found a song. Okay. So back onto this screen. I have it over here, so it's looking a little weird. We're going to go start editing for free, and we're going to click on it, right? And now it's just going to tell us, hey, drop in the track that you want. So it's going to ask you for a file, right? And this is just giving you the workaround as well. I love doing everything in waveform. So the paid full version allows you to download the files back out in waveform, which will make it even that much easier. But I digress, right? It's requiring a file up to 50 megabytes, which is usually an MP3 or an MP4, depending on what it is, you know. But MP3. So I'm gonna grab my MP3 file. Let's see here. Oh man. Okay, hold on. I need to make sure it's a song. Okay, perfect. All right, so it's Catalapa Cafe from Dylan Sits. It's an MP3, 4.4 megabytes. And now I'm just gonna drop it and it's uploading it. It's asking me, of course, if I'm a human. Oh, it's giving me a CAPTCHA. All right, what is it asking? Similar? I'm guessing the frog thing here. And this thing over here. Is that good enough? All right. Sorry, I was off screen. Okay, so now it's doing the whole thing, and boom, just in seconds. Look, it's got the name of the track on the top, and is giving you all of these outputs on the clips themselves. So this just left me flabbergasted. All right, so let's see. Longest, right? Let's see what we have here. We've selected the sort by because look, these are all different clip points, right? And if you wanted more, because they can, we just click here. Oh, it's asking for the subscription. But these are more than enough. Let's see here. I think we hit, it says only one cut. Okay, we're learning this together as well because I only did it with one song before. Okay. You guys can hear that, right? Actually, you know what? Let me turn off the music on this side. That's the only thing. Because now, yeah, now we're playing with system audio. Let me see. That's coming in way loud. Okay. So was it on export? No. Let me see. because I got to another page which gave me a little bit more demonstration. Okay. Okay, now one thing that it does is that it's actually going to export another MP3. And what it does is that it gives you a clip. And what I did is that I match it to the clip itself and it gives me that time. But man, this was just, I don't know what happened. And I'm being honest with you guys, but this was just a lot easier when I did it the first time that I was like, I got to show you guys. So let's see. Oh, I had to hit the loop. You see? That's where it was. So on the top, I was on the edit side on the edit page, and I had to click the loop. And this is where the money comes in. So you see, it's giving you these sections and it's telling you exactly what you're seeing here. These are the perfectly loopable sections in this song. So if you wanted to, right, you can play this. You see? So say that's the only thing you wanted, like the see, and I'll put the music back up. And it'll just keep that. So if that's the vibe that you want, seamless, perfect loop. I was like, this is amazing. And it's giving you so many different options, right? So you can play the one underneath it. I'm like, this, when it comes to music edits, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so now look, this one, which is the biggest one. Let me repeat that. This one, which is the biggest loop, right? We'll play it. Well, we don't need to play it, right? That's the longest one that we can get from it. So we're just going to export that one. And you see you have a variety of different options here. You can do the see like the paid ones, which I'm going to get into. You can even do the wave. But what we really need is just the time section of it. So we're going to grab the MP3, we're going to export it, and that's it. You understand? So now that I understand it even a bit more, reminder to self, make sure that I'm on the loop page, right? We've just downloaded that. And now we're going to go back to our Final Cut edit. And what we're going to do is I'm going to hit, I'm going to grab the original one and I'm going to throw that on the timeline. So this is the original MP3. And then we're going to grab the one that I just downloaded. I did download it, right? Okay, let's download it again. MP3, we're going to export it. Oh, I didn't download it. I had to click it again to download it. My bad. I got ahead of myself.
Now we downloaded it after we exported it. Okay. And it should be in my downloads. I think. Yes, there it is. All right. So bam. All right. Perfection. Okay. Now let me just go back to it. Yep. Now what we're going to do is we're going to expand on the music, and we're just going to line these two bad boys up. Okay. Oh, I got ahead of myself. Come on, mouse, work with me. Sorry for all the movement on the timeline, guys. My mouse just went wild. Okay, I'm gonna adjust the size of this so we can see more of it. Change the height, right? Drag this up. Move the timeline towards the center, and then we're gonna stretch it out. See, we're just gonna match a couple of these peaks. See, like that one, we're just gonna drop that there. And now, oh, let's take snapping. This thing right here, snapping tool, will mess up your day when it comes to this. Make sure that that's off so that this flows freely and you're able to see match. So let's see, I think that's actually off. I think that's correct. Okay, so we see that that's matching and those are in sync. So now what we're able to do, right, we're going to turn snapping back on. So now we snap to the edges. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the top one here and we're just going to mark it. We're going to put a big little M on there, right? On the front and on the back. Okay. And you know what? We're going to cut it right there as well. Clip. Yeah, because that's all we really need to do. Okay, perfect. So we clipped it and we left the marks. So now this is what we can do. We can turn this here. We can press V to turn that back on. We're going to hit Control C to copy. We're going to throw it in position. Actually, this isn't on the magnetic timeline. Oh. Okay. And hopefully I'm making sense with all of this. Okay, we're going to change this here. We're going to grab this to the front. And we're going to line this up and throw that here perfectly so that it's lined up. And as soon as we get to the end of it, we're going to once again hit Control V and we're going to paste another one just right next to it. Perfect. Come on. All right. And now just to give you a demonstration, I'm not going to do 2 times on you guys. I'm sorry, that's just a me thing. So you see now the song starts normally, right? The song starts normally and is playing in the background. And then when it gets to this part right here, I kind of heard a little glitch there. Interesting. Because it's right on beat, but it does kind of like a double snare. And that's just particular to the track. But if you can see, it flows perfectly. You see that? It's just me as a musician, so I'm going OCD anal on this. Sorry, guys. But as you can see, that does flow perfectly. Well, the thing is that what you can do with all of these tracks now is just make them into infinite loops. Now, as soon as we're here, we can then hit Command V, paste there, Command V, and just keep Command Ving until your heart's content. And once you're all said and done, you'll take the end piece. Why is it stuck there? What is happening? It's weird. Okay. And you add it to the end. I knew it wasn't. There we go. Much better. See? That flowed perfectly. No hitch. No hitch in that giddy up. Now it was just, it did sync with the beat, but that weird double drum thing was throwing me off. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, it's an offbeat drum that's just, I would prefer not to have it on there. You know, I'll probably look for another spot. But as you can see, this is how much time you can spend on it, because I can go OCD anal on this stuff. But out just definitely this little loop section, it has already saved me so much time, to the point that the track above it, believe it or not. Oh, and this is the other thing that you can do to finish off, right? You can just select all of these. And once you have them all selected, once again, you just hit Option G, make it a clip, call it Music 2. Bam. Now it becomes one long single track that you can use over it. It covers the extent of it. And this is exactly what I've done here, right? So I'll turn that one on. Turn that off, better said, turn that on. And if I double click it, that wasn't supposed to happen. That's interesting. I'm supposed to be able to double click into it. What? Hold on. Can you not edit it? Okay, yeah, you're able to. Hold on, maybe I was just clicking it wrong. I'm doing the Steve Jobs. Not, was it Steve Jobs? I think he was the one who said that you're holding the iPhone wrong. Okay. Go back to it. Up here? Yeah, okay. So you see, once, as you can see, I clicked into it. I did the same exact thing with this track, the Overthinking from Dylan. So see, started it normal, and then just kept throwing that loop that I got from Outjust, this amazing program, and then finished it. And once you get out of it, we're gonna skip this, turn that on. that's it. Bam. All right. So we did it, guys. Another week. Let's go ahead and kick off the actual music. We're at a good level there as well, right? Okay. And we did it. Let's see what we're still looking at. Final cut. Let's go ahead. All right. Guys, we did it. This was episode 138, I believe, right? 138. And if you're wondering what that is, hold on, let me double check. But I'm not talking out of my butt. No, 137. Yeah, so episode 137. 237. Listen to me. I'm see, I need to get some rest. Guys, as always, you make this my favorite place to hang out every single week. This was 237 consecutive weeks. That is over 4 years. We're on our way to 5 of the Camera Junkie live stream every single week without skipping a beat. And I have to thank every single one of you for hanging out here with me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I thank you. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. This was the week that I actually thought that the live stream streak was in jeopardy. Now, it would have been a just cause. My son, as of course, over everything, Prince Aiden. But it did not hinder. And even if it would have been late, I still think I would have been doing something because you guys make this my favorite place to be. So, as always, take care of yourselves and each other, and I can't wait to see all of your smiling faces as we do it again next week. So if you haven't got the gist of it, mark it on the calendar, set a reminder, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Camera Junkie live stream right here on the Mr. Camera Junkie YouTube channel. And as always, guys, take care of yourselves and each other, and I can't wait to see you next week. And until then, talk to you. That's right. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Thank you, Randy, for the happy Father's Day. And yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy the fruits of being a father and hanging out with my son Aiden. And you guys are part of the reason why I'm able to do it, and for that I am forever grateful. So guys, all the love in the world, all the love to the fathers and everyone, and we'll see you next week. All right, so until then, talk to you.